We're currently in Sardinia, and we've been stuck on the town quay here in Olbia for a whole week due to bad weather. But if we want to cross the Atlantic this year, we need to get moving. So this sadly means we have to sacrifice seeing the rest of Sardinia to start making some ground west.
We are finally leaving today. We have been here for a week. We don't have a good weather window to get around the other side of Sardinia. It's upwind, 20 odd knots, but it's our best chance to get to the other side. So today's the day we get there, and tomorrow we cross to the Balearics. So it should be exciting, but today I have to go out through here, go get fuel, as it's the closest place to get fuel. So I'll tender over there, get 90 odd litres for our crossing, and we'll be good to go.
We are finally leaving! It feels weird. I almost didn't want to leave because you get comfortable, especially being on a dock, not having to worry about anything. It's been really nice to step off the boat and go for walks all the time. But we are getting moving. Fingers crossed the weather plays nice to us.
Yeah! Here we go!
Alright, let's go! Jason checked the engine before we left and noticed a little bit of water in the bottom, and also our oil was quite low. I think he's just gotten a little bit slack lately with checking it. He used to check it every single time we'd go anywhere, and he's kind of lost the habit of it. So yeah, he checked and the oil was a little bit on the low side, so we topped it up, topped the coolant up, cleaned the water out of the bottom. Anyway, we have been motoring outside of the bay, and he's noticed quite a bit of water coming in. So we're going to make a quick detour and go and anchor at a place called Golfo Aranci. So it's just basically at the mouth of the Bay of Olbia, and we'll try and figure out where this water's coming from. We definitely don't want to be doing like a 1 to 2 day passage with something like that. So alright, we think we've sorted it. It was once again the pipe from the gas locker that we now can't get back in its place because that gas locker probably hasn't been taken out since the boat was made, had fallen down again, so water was just coming straight in. So we've lifted it up and zip tied it to another pipe. Well, Jason has. So yeah, we obviously need to sort that out because it's not really safe to have the gas leaking just straight back into the boat if it does leak. So we're gonna have to figure out some kind of solution to be able to get that back in its place. We can't at the moment because we can't actually keep our hand in there while we get the gas locker in to keep it in place, and we can't get through from the other side. It's way too squishy. I could maybe try. I have tried before and it was really claustrophobic. And there's a lot of wires and stuff in the way, but maybe I'll just have to have another go. We were really worried for a second. We're like, oh no. So what happened was Jason was like, turn the boat quite sharp each direction. And we had like the boat revs on 2200 and water was coming in when we were turning. And so we're doing quite sharp turns, so the boat was kind of heeling just slightly, even though we're just motoring, not with sails up. And then we just both thought the worst. We're like, oh no, something's happened to the rudder, like it's dropping or whatever happens with it can happen. Anyway, so easy fix. We're all good for now. We're back on course. We were going in there to anchor, but we sorted it out before we got there, so we're gonna keep on going. We've got like 15 to 20 knots of wind. It's gonna be an upwind sail, so hopefully there's not too much swell once we get out of the bay. So yeah, we're just gonna get the sails up.
We got 15 to 20 knots. We're just going to get the head started out. We got the main out on a second reef.
That's great.
It's going to be an upwind battle. Ready?
naughty sail today. Definitely my least favourite kind of sailing. We've had anywhere from 10 to 20 knots, tacking completely because the wind's right on the nose for exactly where we want to go. I feel like we've just kind of gotten nowhere and it's taken us all day, but anyway. We're in between some islands and the main island now, so I was pretty over it, so we decided to take the sail in and just motor the rest of the way. We're not too far away now. So yeah, it's been a bit of a full-on day. I think I'm just feeling a bit meh, and I just want to get there. Haven't had a hot shower in like a week. I ended up washing myself down and shaving and shampooing my hair and everything with like 2 litres of bottled water, because we didn't plan to stay in Olbia and we couldn't find anywhere to get any water, so all we could do was buy bottled water. We couldn't use the water maker because the water was really brown and dirty, so that was my only option. If we're in clean salt water, I could have easily gone in and had a swim and done everything and then just given myself like a quick rinse down with some fresh water. But yeah, so we're gonna try and get the water maker going. We tried to get it going on the sail, but was so far heeled over that it actually lost pressure, and now I think we've got a bit of an air bubble in it, so Jason's just trying to fix that so we can turn it on. And yeah, we'll finally get there. It's like dinner time already, so I'm pretty keen to drop the anchor, make something to eat, have a hot shower and just relax. So my eyes and my head are just feeling very headachy and not great today, so yeah, that's it really. Haven't worn this jacket in a while. We decided to keep going because the wind's going to switch tonight in the opposite direction, and the anchorage we were going to pick wasn't going to be very protected, so we've decided to go back to the first anchorage we ever stayed at on Sardinia that we waited out for about 5 days worth of wind, which will get us kind of over the other side on the north side. So then tomorrow we should only have to do like 7 or 8 hours to the northwest tip, which will set us up really well to then do our crossing the next day. So I think that's the plan. We won't get until about 9:30 tonight. It's about just before 7:30 now, and the sun's already gone down. So the sun's definitely going down a lot earlier than it used to. It's getting more fresh. It's weird. It kind of feels like summer's definitely over now, which I suppose it is, but it's crazy like how quickly it switches from summer to feeling like winter. Me and Jason are probably sooks because we're from a hot place that doesn't get that cold in winter. So yeah, but I'm very keen to get there and eat dinner and all of that. Jason has figured out the water maker. He's not sure what it was, if it was a capacitor or a few wires loose or something, but anyway, he's got it going. So we've got some water production happening and we've got the engine on, so that'll make some nice hot water for us. So yeah, I'm so keen to have a shower. Yeah, I know. This one just wants to climb the rope up there, jump up here, but go like under there and jump up, and there's just too much swell. It's not very nice right now and it's getting dark, so it wouldn't be too fun if she fell in. This one tried to do the same thing earlier, but now she's relaxed and just sitting in here. I've got her all tucked in. So she's allowed to be out here for now. We made it.
We're here.
It's 9:30 and we're eating our dinner. I made tomka without coconut milk because I forgot we didn't have any.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's a little bit rolly in here, but not bad. So I guess we'll see what happens when the wind switches. Fingers crossed it just doesn't do it.
We're hoping when the wind switches the swell doesn't.
Yeah, it's not meant to, but I guess it can bring like a little bit of swell, can't it? So we'll see how we go. But yeah, so happy to be here. Can't wait to go to bed. Hopefully we have a good night's rest. We'll see you tomorrow.
The water maker's working, darling.
You right there?
Janae hasn't showered in like 4 days.
No, I showered with a bottle of water. 2 bottles of water, so I'm so keen to have a shower. And I managed to shave my legs and wash my hair in that, mind you. It wasn't just a quick shower. So I'm so excited to have a hot shower. So I've just gone and had a shower this morning, longer than I normally would because I haven't had a shower in so long. And we'd filled like 1 tank last night, and Jason did say, he's like, oh, let's fill both tanks just in case it doesn't turn back on again because we're having trouble. We're kind of worried about it. Anyway, I'm like, all right, last night I was so over the sound. It was like 9:30 at night, we're having dinner. So I'm like, can you please turn it off? Like, it'll be enough for the passage anyway, until we at least get to Menorca where we can sort it out if we are having trouble. And then this morning I was like, oh, why don't you try and turn the water maker on before I have a shower, and then I can know if I can have a longer shower or not. So we turn it on, it's going fine, I have my shower, you know, waste a little bit more water than I normally would. And now we're having trouble with it, and it keeps turning off on its own. All weird kind of stuff's happening.
We realised it's not the water maker, it's the inverter.
Yeah.
So it just keeps flicking, like, it just keeps flicking in and out from the generator. So normally it just stays on full, it says, but it keeps turning off and on and off and on. So I think something's just completely done in the generator. Hey, darling.
In the inverter.
Inverter.
Yeah. Might be dead after all. It's pretty old, it's 12 years old. We're definitely up for a new one, but it's gonna set us back about 2 grand Aussie. It's not cheap. It's so frustrating when you plan your passages and the weather does the exact opposite of what you think it's going to, especially when you think it's going to be downwind and it's upwind. It's like the worst. So yeah, it's 9:15. Said we were going to have a downwind sail by now. The wind was supposed to switch last night, it never did. Swell kind of looks like it's coming from a different direction, but anyway, we'll see what happens when we get a little bit further out and along off this bit of land. But yeah, fingers crossed.
This should actually be a pretty nice sail if the wind stays like this now. Now that we've got out from land, it's going to be on like a 35 to 60 maybe. So yeah, it's not strong. It's only like 6 to 7 knots. So hopefully it picks up a little bit more and should be good. Janae's just down there slaving away, making some brekkie, and then we'll get the sails up.
This is how much Jason rushes me to get the sails up, and then stresses me out and puts me in a bad mood.
Come on, quick, let's go, let's do it.
He's taking my plate away from me before I've even finished breakfast.
Let's go!
God, let a girl live, hey?
No.
So it looks like it's going to be an upwind sail on a tight 30. Luckily the wind isn't coming directly from our destination, so we shouldn't have to tack, hopefully. The head sail's been doing weird stuff and not unraveling properly or furling back up either. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, we're good. It came out fine. So fingers crossed, it was just having a few funny moments. This is the kind of upwind sailing that I like. This is amazing. We've only got like 10.5 knots apparent, 10 to 12, which I think is just perfect for upwind sailing. And it's kind of switching between like a 30 and a 50. So yeah, it's pretty nice out here. Still a little bit of leftover swell, but it's pretty comfortable. The sun's out and the wind is fresh, which is quite refreshing, to be honest. Hopefully it doesn't get too much colder though.
And your boyfriend's doing the dishes.
And my boyfriend's doing the dishes.
What a life, eh? We've literally just gone from one extreme to the other. We've gone from going like 3 to 4 knots to, I've just saw it tick over to 8.3 knots. 7.4 at the moment, but pretty good going. Oh, we are hitting some serious speeds. 14 knots of wind and we're going 7.7 knots. What the hell?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
On a beam. 7.8,
oh,
7.9.
If we have these conditions tomorrow, we'll bloody be there in 24 hours.
This is ridiculous. 7.9, come on, hit 8. Just for the camera. Comfy there, Lulu.
Look at her.
She blends in with your jumper.
Say hi.
I think we've both decided we're gonna just keep going. So we've got a pretty good wind at the moment. It's about 15 to 18 knots on a 120, and the anchorage that we're going to is not going to be really nice with this angle at the moment. So we just thought, fuck it, let's go. Very narrow passage, very shallow passage, only a metre under the keel at one stage. We're going to half sail through. I guess we're going to just keep the head sail up. But it's beautiful here. Alright, it is coming into the night. We're going to get a beautiful sunset here. So goodbye Sardinia, and hopefully in 40 hours and under we'll say hello to Spain. We are absolutely hooking it now. 7.5. If we keep going this rate, we'll be there in like 24 hours, which is just insane for us.
Somehow managed to make lasagna from scratch on passage.
Oh, you killed it, hun. And it may not look pretty, but it tastes delicious.
It was a struggle, but we've got lots of leftovers, so it'll be great for tomorrow.